think I'm starting to catch on to some things, but I still got some, you know, some work to do to get where I'm trying to be, to move how I want to move, so I can do what I'm trying to do. Move how I want to move. Yep, there we go. We good. We good. So I had a topic at hand that I wanted to discuss while I play. I'm about to get into it though. I think this is what I'm trying to go for. This little face-off right here. Yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful day. You know, I'm vibing. Just worked out. Had a little pre-workout in me. So I'm definitely, I'm up. The topic at hand though is I wanted to talk about, you know, just really advice from my perspective as a young 24-year-old, you know, black man. Cause I think, you know, we all kind of live in our own lives, and your opinions, your perspective is genuinely and thoroughly very unique and needed. I don't know to what extent, but I'm sure it's needed. Like your life is like an anomaly, or like a statistical, like, you know, the chances of your if you being born, it's just so, you know, so, but you know, wild, the fact that you are born. When you think about like all the trials that it took for you to get to wherever you're at, like, the fact that you still have your, you know, your life, your being, yeah, the fact that you even just have been, you know, been on this planet, that in itself is pretty, you know, it's just unique. So I think, you know, we all have an opinion that we should get out and try to express as much as possible.
We're on Charlie, stand by.
I know I will. You know, I definitely want to express every little thing I know. I mean, no matter how big or small it is, I feel like it's, I just want to contribute to humanity if possible. You know, I don't know how easy or hard that is to do, but really I just feel like I can just do what I can do at my level and try to move like that. So, in my short little time, I feel like I've had a good bit of living, you know. I've been able to do quite a bit, see different stuff, been able to travel a little bit, and yeah, with all that, and I've been seeking to like understand more. I've been seeking to like gain knowledge and wisdom. That's been my, like one of my focal points in my, let's get there. Gotta say, these guys don't seem that great. Yeah, for me, like I've just been trying to wise up. I've been trying to get wiser, smarter, and sharper, and you know, the whole nine. So I think I have a lot to offer in terms of just like intellect and perspective or whatever. And maybe that's just my ego talking, you know. But I definitely like to try to figure it out. So, you know, as a 24-year-old young man, I feel like right now, oh shoot. Like, you know, we just living in really crazy times. Yeah, I don't know what they doing. This is gonna be a slaughter.
Securing C.
It's like playing a bot.
Reloading.
Oh, I'm still up. Yep.
You're seated at Alpha.
Alright, let's get to Alpha then. Ooh, that was good.
Reloading.
Alright, let's get up in here.
We're halfway there. Keep going.
So yeah, from my perspective, you know, as a young man, it's just like certain things that you could do to really propel yourself. Even as a young woman, I suppose, like a lot of these, you know, like really, I feel like, generally speaking, for humanity, we all have like the same wants and needs and desires. We all wake up, put our pants on the same way. And a lot of those things, you know, you still want to be able to protect your family. You want to be able to have a family, freedom. You want to be able to probably express yourself, right? Like these are all things that we all want to have our families protected and be safe. We don't want them in harm's way. These are just like, how did you get here, bro? And then you still don't get me. But
assist your team at Charlie.
Ooh, come here. Come here. Yeah.
Alpha. We lost Alpha.
There we go. But yeah, I feel like we generally
Keep hitting
speaking, we
them.
all
We
want,
have this.
you know,
Reloading.
the same things, and it's just how we go about getting it sometimes. And I think it's just a lack of understanding, a lack of experience, a lack of perspective. Sometimes it's our own mental that gets in the way. Like it's a lot of things that really can hinder you. But I don't know. Like I feel like in my personal life, I have it. If nothing, I can be like pleased with how I move and what I do. Like it may not be great, but I can at least like sit back and be like, you know what, Mario, like you exerted some energy, you exerted your force, or you know, you tried your best. And I continually work to, you know, to improve. Like that's my aspiration to constantly improve, to constantly get better. You know, I think that's just a good human quality or trait is to continually look to get better, because then you could just do more in the world. You know, like as you know, our brains and our capability is just it's expansive. And when you start to recognize that, especially from a young age, I think you can set yourself up and you can put yourself on a trajectory that, you know, will be something of value to you. I was once speaking with my grandmother. We were talking about people, and she was just like, you know, sometimes, you know, think of a cake. Like you put your ingredients in the cake, you know, whatever it takes. I'm not really a baker, but you put your ingredients in the cake, and then once you put it in the oven, that cake is made, you know. And then once it comes out, you know, granted, you can put some icing on it and you can do different things, but you know, it's very important, you know, to put the best things into your creation so you can get the best outcome. You know, I would say you want to put the best, you know, the best experiences, the best opportunities, the best intellect, the best everything, and living life to its fullest extent. And I'm not saying
Domination.
everything is supposed to be sweet,
Capture and hold the
because by no
objectives.
means do I think
We're
everything is
taking
sweet.
Charlie.
But I just think everything is like,
We've got control.
you know, you just have to live. You gotta live, and you gotta live and be as wise and as smart as you possibly can be. That's what makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me to go through life willy-nilly. You know, so I believe that, oh shoot. I believe it's like my job to think and to do and to, you know, to manifest and become. Like that didn't work out for you.
Securing A.
Come here.
We control the battlefield.
So yeah. So I recently was just speaking about health, and I'll briefly get on it, but
I'm almost out.
health is multifaceted. It's mental, physical, spiritual, so on and so forth. As a young person, I think it is important to focus on your health. You know, a lot of us are obese, depressed, anxious, self-conscious. You know, we got a lot of things. I don't like just having this. We got a lot of things that I would say. I would say we got a lot of things that just need work. And I don't know who I'm playing, but they're not doing nothing. It's pretty uneventful.
We're losing Bravo.
They must have known I was streaming, and they were like, yep, he garbage, we're gonna throw him a bone. That's why I should name this video Being Thrown a Bone, because that's what it is. But yeah, like focusing on your mental health as a young person, I think is crucial. And I had an experience as a young man that I think, oh, you're pulling it back. I had an experience as a young man, when I was a young man, I just started like learning a lot. I started paying attention to a lot. I got a lot of distance and a lot of time for myself. You know, it came to a point to where I didn't have a bunch of friends. You know, I'm close with my family, but not super close with my family. So I just had a lot of just, you know, me time, and some of it was struggle time, and some of it was just, you know, splendid. But nevertheless, like I started looking into stuff or paying attention to different information. Some of it kind of like, you know, that's when I really started looking into like religion and just metaphysical things. And that played just a huge role in me just like understanding things, because I started paying attention to like concepts and, you know, things of that nature, and it just, I don't know, it switched a lot of things for me. It really opened my eyes, and I started paying attention to energy and manifestation and, you know, relationships and personal image, personal worth. And I started, you know, saying like, man, like maybe you have some value as a being. Like you can do things within yourself. Like you can be someone of value. And I mean, really, we're all of the highest value. However, it's just like I think we can do more within our 24 and like get where we want to be and do what we want to do, because like to express yourself in this physical world is like the greatest thing you can do. Like to be able to release the thoughts that you have, you know, what the Most High is giving to you and nudging you to do, like, oh, this is for you, or this isn't for you. So I think as a young person, just paying attention to like, man, I don't, you know, what do I want to do? Where am I at? You know, and creating a good foundation. So I've recently been just sitting on the thought of just like toxicity and purification, things of that nature, right? So I'm gonna use two substances. I'm gonna use water and soda. So water, I would consider to be like this pure substance, right? And then I would consider soda to be like this toxic. You know what I mean? Like, and what I'm gonna say with that is your body is primarily water, right? All these animals need water. The plants need water. So I'm thinking that water has to be a nutrient that you need. Whereas, like, you know, some of the soda that we're putting in, now I'm not saying it doesn't do anything, because it's giving you your sugar rush you want. And if you put Pepsi on a penny or whatever, it'll clean your penny because it's so acidic, you know. But to me, it's a toxic or toxic thing, you know. And thinking of toxicity and clarity and purity, you know, taking a reflection point to look at yourself and seeing kind of how you are. Think of like oil, right? Oil is like slimy and nasty. If you put oil and water together, I'm not 100% for sure on this, but I know for a lot of substances, if you put them with water, they'll separate. You know, and that substance, so I believe, will go to the ground, correct? And then the water will rise, right? Or it'll go to I can't recall, honestly. Like I need to get into that and understand that completely. But I know that they can't mix stuff a lot of times. You know, sometimes they can, but if you let them just settle, a lot of things won't mix with water, because they're two different substances. You see, so it's like reflecting on yourself, like, man, how are you being out here? Are you being slimy and grimy and filthy, or are you being pure and moving with, you know, as much as you can, with as much purpose and intention, and all that as you can with what you're doing. Enemy at Bravo.
You're needed at Alpha. Securing Bravo.
I can't stand this little soccer ball.
Losing A.
Yeah, let me get out of here. I don't like that little squad.
We captured Bravo.
I can't get the flag.
Securing Alpha.
See if we can get
We
C.
captured Alpha.
So yeah,
Back up at Alpha.
as a youth, yeah, definitely focus on your health. I also, you know, I never really liked reading and learning, honestly, until like this I would say like 16, 17 years old is when I started like enjoying learning, because I started learning like stuff that I enjoy like learning. And I would literally look up topics like, I don't know, I just look up stuff, you know. I'd want to know, like, how do I like just max out? Like, how do I get the most potential out of my life? So I would YouTube it and podcast it, and, you know, I started reading and stuff, and it just opened me up to so much. Oh, Yeah, but it opened me up to so much, just being able to like read and get some of these understandings, to look into some different religions and metaphysics and stuff. And I was like, dang man, like it's so much out here and it's so much to comprehend. And really, you know,
Enemy down.
ooh, gotcha.
Throwing grenade.
So yeah, as a young person, like I would say seek truth and seek information, because you'll have someone like me, you know, who's kind of, you know, been walking their walk and they'll give you advice, but really only you can guide yourself, really. You know, you should govern yourself to the greatest extent. And even as a young person, that's where that like self-accountability and maturity starts coming into play. Is when you can
I'm giving. Go.
oh, get him. Dang, that was so long.
We're taking
Throwing
Alpha.
smoke. Grenade out.
All points are out.
Ooh, that was terrible.
Command is ours. Maintain
It's kind of like a little close match right here. We got to pull this out.
We lost Alpha.
I'm about to start playing a little bit more defensive and keeping these flags, because I'm not losing this one. Yep.
Join the rest.
Come with it. Come with it. Bro, don't be over here doing all that.
Reloading.
Yep, get him.
Grenade out.
Ooh.
Reloading.
I don't know what got him, honestly. I don't know if that was a rocket or the grenade. But yeah, as a young person, I would say like this is the time you start learning. Like pick up you some books, pick up you some podcasts, find some YouTube channels that you like. I don't know, pick up a text, like whoever you admire. I'm not saying this is like this information or this is like bond. However, like will I die from that? Why did I do that? And then I asked myself, am I see
Back up at Bravo.
what's wrong?
Throwing smoke.
Now that's when I should threw the grenade out. But yeah, like at a young age, this is the time you start learning. This is the time you start like
We're taking
paying
Alpha.
attention for real.
We captured Alpha.
And like start picking up books, because it's like the perfect time
Needed at sea.
to
Reloading.
really just start like working that brain. And I'm reading this book right now, and it's talking about like neurological pathways. It's called Limitless. And you know, as a young person, you're creating, you know, these neurological pathways, and you're creating
Throwing smoke. Reloading.
Hold up, you have lost.
how did he what?
Assist your team
Bro,
at sea.
I don't go but you. What? Come on.
Them, not me.
They trying to rob me.
We're falling behind.
And then he did that? Come on, bro.
Throwing smoke. Grenade out. Reloading.
Let me see.
Securing Charlie.
What?
You're needed at Charlie. Lost Charlie.
Enemies in the
We're
area.
still taking big dubs.
I have to reload.
Still taking big dubs.
Securing
All right.
Bravo.
I'm getting slack. We haven't even won yet. All right, get that.
I see your team at Alpha. We're out Bravo. Fight.
Oh, wow. I was looking at their score the whole time. Garbage. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. All right, I definitely gotta play a game, 'cause I gotta redeem myself now. Good kill, I guess. But yeah, like now is the time to where you can like really start learning and putting the footwork in to do and to be whoever it is that you want to be, and to get done whatever you want to do. Like you can put the footwork in, create those new neurological pathways, and then you're upgrading your brain, and you're just really leveling up. Like you're completely leveling up by getting more understanding, becoming more versed in different topics, learning more. You're also making it to where you can be of more value in more environments. You know, and it almost might get to a point to where you like surpass your environment to where you could just be like just you can pretty much choose like which side of the fight you want to be in. You know, do you want to be righteous and conscious and decent? You know what I'm saying? And then you can get on that like vibration to be a conscious person, to be someone who can make positive impact on this planet because you well versed, you're knowledgeable, you know, the whole nine. And this stuff, it starts young, and but really it's you can always make it happen. Like they say, you can't teach an old dog a new trick, but you really can. You really can. Like it's proof out there, you know. And to me, that seems like a limiting belief to say like, oh, you can't teach a old dog a new trick. Why not? You know, it might take more work. You may not be like a sponge and intake the same way that you would as a child or a young person, whatever. But that doesn't mean that you are done for. That don't mean that you can't create. Like the KFC guy, Colonel Sanders, I believe, right? They said he created KFC like in his 70s or 80s, and now everybody eats at KFC, and it's a huge franchise. So it's never really too late. And when I tell you like it's feasible, it's possible, like the world is yours, really.
No prisoners. Shoot
It's
to kill.
yours. And with the knowledge, the education, and all that, you'll create something you can create something so splendid for yourself because now you're giving yourself tools and options. You know what I'm saying? And now you don't. When you go out into the workforce, you have. Yeah, you ain't gonna give me twice and then just no. But yeah, when you go out into the workforce, you're gonna have more skills. You know, you can put yourself in a better position and just, like I said, just do more for humanity as a whole. There's so many people who are, they have just huge potential, and they're not using it. Like, in my personal instance, bro, I probably, did worse in school than you. I probably made less money than you. I probably read less books than you. Maybe, I don't know. I read a lot. So I would say that education is one of the ways that I try to set myself apart, even though I'm not, like, I don't have a natural knack for a lot of things. But I work on it that hard, Like I said, I was in the service. I could have went, to the Army, but I just had that mental, like, understanding that if the Air Force is where they're saying the intellects are, let me try to go to the intellects. And that was one of the reasons why I chose the Air Force. I had like a physical amount of strength. Like someone told me once, he was like, bro, you gonna be all, like, you don't want to be like or he said rather, you are all bronze and no brute. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? And I was like, you on games. But it did make me reflect. Like if somebody tells me something, I analyze that, I'm playing like that. No, I analyze that data, or that just intake, and then I'll see where it's coming from. This person liked me. This person got good intentions for me. All right, I'm switching up on them because they playing pretty nice. I like it. But yeah, I think about the intention and stuff.
Kill confirmed.
I think he's about to be done. Yeah, I got you, buddy. Playing a little camp out a lot. See, and it don't always work out for you. That's why everything got a balance. Like you can camp, but now you're keeping yourself in one place. So now I know where you at, and I can come to that one place. Everything has a balance. It's so much fun. Where you at? Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna cut it either. Let's see what we got on here. Snip, snip. Yeah.
Got your six.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, you can just create like neurological pathways for yourself and just enhance yourself, enhance your life, enhance your brain. If it's something that you want to do, then you can, seize that opportunity and seize the day. To my understanding, life is relatively short. From what I see, life is short. I'm a young man, but it's like, man, like things just, time flies, energy progresses, So, yeah, let me see. I even kind of put down like some, let me see. Let me get in here and see what I wanted to go into. All right, yeah, so just like different examples of like great intellects and great minds, right? Like as a kid, I never really I guess I did pay attention, honestly. I just didn't know I was paying attention. Because as an adult, you know, I halfway kind of remember some things, you know. I think the educational system is garbage. But I did remember some things from school, I suppose.
Kill confirmed.
If nothing, I don't know. I don't know. But I know that I study people. You know, really, I try to look at great examples of people who have done great things or done big things. Like, good or bad, really. I want to see who's done what and what has been done. You know, what can we do? Like, what does our potential look like? How could we move, or how have we moved, and so on. They are, bro. They playing real good. So yeah, I'll look into the minds like an Einstein, or Tesla, or young Pharaoh, like a Helen Keller, just like incredible minds that like people who have intellect and like abilities that almost just seem like unreal. I don't know. And I try to use as much discernment as I can to like, you know, I don't want to be following people for the wrong reasons, you know what I'm saying? But I do a lot of like just paying attention, I feel like, you know. And I recognize that a lot of things are skewed. The world can be so just like, it could just be wild. Because I hear you, bro. You gonna phone me on. Yeah. 9 and 9.
Throwing stun.
Yeah. I try to pay attention to great minds. Anybody who got something to offer in terms of like understanding, I'll pay attention to it. Like I've listened to books and watched things on so many different people, man. And like I feel like you got to be willing to get out of your comfort zone and just get to moving, just get to learning, get to just start paying attention, opening your eyes. Like that's, as a young person, that's what makes sense. Open your eyes. Like even if, you know, they may not show you what to do right, but they might show you what to do wrong. Like I had a lot of teachers in my life that like, they weren't particularly great teachers and they didn't, you know, do things that I particularly admired. But I've been able sometimes to be like, oh, I don't want to do what they did in this regard. And then sometimes I've been able to say, I do want to do what they do in this regard though. And that's just through you know, from taking in what I see and doing my best to, you know, use my judgment to figure out, you know, what someone's telling me and what can I make of it, really. So as a young person, that's I'm looking around. Who's doing what? Why are they doing it? You know, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to educate myself to where I have tools, because, you know, when you get out in college or, you know, just the workforce, the streets, you feel me? No matter what you're on, like you're gonna just start, you know, hitting some adversity, and things are gonna switch up for you, and you're gonna be put in some sort of situation at some point, I'm willing to bet, where you're uncomfortable. And if you're not, I would say you might need to start. You know, as a young person, another thing is that you know, one of your greatest assets that you have is your time. So it's the perfect time to really start anything that you're trying to do. It's the perfect time to just seize your opportunity, or seize the day, I suppose, you know, and to just get it. You know, I've seen things that just talk about like, it'll talk about people's regrets from like different age groups. And from what I recall, and you know, in like a 20-year-old age group, is always just being like not traveling enough, not doing enough, not going to enough places and things of that. So just not really just taking up the opportunity. Like right now, like you might be in the best shape of your life, and with that, you know, I would say to just get out and do everything you can. And even if you're not in the best shape of your life, it's the best time of your life to get in the best shape of your life. They say that the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The next best time is today, I believe. So let me get right. So yeah. 1 second.
Soldat, you have lost the lead.
I'm over here slacking. Gotta help my teammate out. Can't help him out like that though. That's definitely not how you help him out. These classes, I ain't really feeling them though, really. I kind of need to switch some of this up. It's not the best. Let's see what this little secondary on. I think this kind of fun. Ooh, this one got the thing.
Into the duck. Claymore set. Flashbang out. There. Dead now.
What? That was quick. That was mad fast. Oh, this is a little thing, huh? So you gotta come to the bank. Yep. Get up off the ground, man. This is just not right. It's just not right.
They've reached the halfway point. Get moving.
Yep. Yeah, another thing, with you being young, taking up different disciplines. This will be a great time to start working out or doing yoga, some training of some sort, maybe some martial arts, something like that. Let's see if I can get these in the bank, because that would help. Man! How'd that happen? I don't know if I just muted myself or not. I'm still learning this stuff. Let's check. Because that'd be kind of upsetting. I had played, I had like some real solid audio, I thought.
Claymore set.
Dang. I had some real solid audio, I thought, and I didn't even record it. And I was so upset. Dang. Yeah, we good. Well, no, not right now. No, at a different time I wasn't. I'm playing real bad right here. This is not working out for your boy whatsoever. Oh, don't be shooting at me. Leave me alone. And leave me alone. I'm gonna use this. I'm about to play real campy, y'all. Talk your talk if need be, cause I gotta help my teammate out somehow. I'm just out here letting them struggle.
Now then. Claymore set.
Yeah. Playing cheap, baby.
Flashbang out.
Point A disabled.
All right. Kind of getting back in the game a little bit. All right. I dig it. Yeah. So one of the things that's real different about this time right now for you, and really a big reason why I feel like I would even need to do something like this and put some advice out there, is because it's just kind of like an augmented reality right now. You know, I think, you know, with media and TV and you know, things like that, you can kind of augment reality. And I think a lot of these, you know, teenagers and whatnot just don't know, like, you know, life hasn't always been like this. And I think, you know, I mean, if you think about like the proportions, like if COVID is, or damn, you can't even talk about COVID, huh? Fuck, I ain't even gonna talk about the shit. I'm gonna just say the current instance has been going on for a mighty long time, and for a lot of children, it's going to be a large fraction of their life. You know, think about it. If you're 10 years old, that's a tenth of your life that has been spent in a quarantine, mask wearing, social distancing, 6 feet, time. And I think as a young person, I couldn't imagine going through this time right now. And with the media and things of that nature, for a lot of us, for a lot of people, especially children, I think, and youth, I think they're going to have an augmented reality to where some things, they seem to be, perhaps like normal or regular, and but it's really not. It's an augment of reality. And then, I mean, you could even go into what is reality, but it's the morning. You feel me? And another thing I see, and this kind of controversial, I would say. It shouldn't be. This shit's wild. Like, how is it that, religion is the guiding principle that we follow, we don't talk about it. Politics is the way in which we are governed, yet we don't talk about it. That's why I really do feel like our energy expenditure, our time expenditure, it has to be, it's just skewed in a derogatory, negative direction. And not that it only makes sense to me why we are in the state that we are in, because the the collective consciousness, I think, is taking a hit, taking a suffering, or a beating rather. I think social media and things of that nature are a large part to that. Even the social media creators themselves are saying that. So we're augmenting our reality. We're coming up in a world and in a time that is, it's undocumented. It's something completely new. It's completely irregular. So yeah, I think right now, I think more than ever, youth need to be focusing on. I need a smoothie or something, and I'm gonna be straight. That's all I need. Wow. Ooh, my bad, bro.
Reload.
Yeah, go ahead and get them.
Reloading. Reload. Reload.
All right, buddy. Too close for comfort there. I don't like that. Nope. Too close for comfort.
Reloading.
All right, I think I'm gonna end it after this one. There's so much more advice I can give, but it's just like, why does my opinion matter? And it seriously, it doesn't. Like, I've heard this saying a lot. I used to, like, my coworkers always, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has them, So, I don't think my opinion, is of any greater validation. I just have my own perspective, and this is just, if you live in the world and you perceive it perhaps anything similar to me, maybe you might, feel similar to how I feel in some of these ways, and you perceive the world in similarly, and maybe you see some inconsistencies yourself. And that way you don't feel alone, because I know how alone you can feel in a world when you're waking up and up is down and down is up. And then when you talk to people about it, they're looking at you like, oh, this person is irrational or, crazy, whatever the case. It's the world we live in, though. I just say, be a part of the solution rather than a part of the problem. Pop smoke. Y'all.
That's how it goes.
This grenade launcher, that ain't doing nothing at all. That needs to go. I'm on the ground like that. Pick yourself up. Ooh, come here. Alright, I I can't
Grenade
miss
out!
you.
Take your fire! Stop!
Bro, you just gonna chill up under there, huh? I know he's still under there because he like this working out. You always do things that's still working out.
Contact! Popping smoke! Throwing grenade! Reload!
Ooh. Yep. Wow, that get sniped? Good stuff. They're sniping me.
Grenade out!
All your advice.
Throwing smoke!
Ego. As a young person, ego be like, whoo. Cause you looking at world from this one little perspective. Oh man, ego. As a young person, I would try to at least understand my ego. At least understand it to where it could perhaps help me. Because some people like they like flare up or they need their ego at some point to where they could, just perform better and say no. Like I'm destroying you. You the enemy. You my target. I'm about to finish you. And so sometimes you need that. But also at the same time, you gotta learn to harness your energy. You gotta learn and understand yourself. And I put in so much work. Like I want to know my personality, my this, my that. What can I use to understand me? Therefore, I could, continue to grow, move, and I tried to duck him.
Let's go.
Tried to duck him.
Ending max.
Yeah. Start learning yourself young, and then you'll really know yourself when you're going into the world. The world's gonna start telling you like, oh, you're not enough this or that, and then you'll have the type of time, the type of energy to where you be like, it don't even matter.
30 seconds.
Like it don't even matter.
Time's up.
You ain't worried about what y'all saying or what y'all thinking or what y'all on, because I'm doing this. It really don't even matter.
Day's done.
The fireworks.
On your feet, soldier.
Yep. Ooh. Ooh. How gruesome. How gruesome. Dang, I got like 2 more things I would love to kind of go into. Or we low-key kind of hit it a little. No, not enough. No. Because this masculinity thing is so wild. Like hearing people talk about like toxic masculinity or just, I don't know, just having again, augmented view of like what do you perceive masculinity as or whatever. And then now it's wild because you're looking at things and these movements and agendas are being pushed so hard. And I'm telling you, I pay attention. You feel me? I most certainly pay attention. So as a young man, I would say, it can be difficult to know like where to put your trust in, your like confidence in, and that's what I said. That's where that discernment part comes into play, to where you have to be able to look at this and you look at that, look at him and look at him. Is this guy in the mental state that you want to be in? Is he on the vibes that you want to be on? Oh, he is? Well, mess with him. Get some advice from him, see what he's on, you feel me? Put back. And then when you see somebody that's, on a vibe similar to yours and you think that you can help them get to where you're at, likewise. Reciprocity is major. And if you're not equally exchanging, you're going to have an unequal balance. Unequal balances always create some sort of, problem. Like work out too much. And like my homie, he just came over and he's like, bro, you doing chest? We're going to superset with the back. The reason why we're going to do that is because, you're always pressing. You're making these chest movements. You need to counter that force. So you kind of, pump the back a little bit as well to where you have a nice solid, brace foundation of back. It's like, what? Okay.
Grind.
So yeah, just like masculinity.
Kill the enemy, collect their tags, and take them to the drop-off point.
I guess you'd have to first figure out what you believe is like what is a real man, what is a real woman, what is a real man and a woman to you, someone who exhibits the behavior in which that you want to exhibit yourself. And then yeah, see where they at, you know, because we might get into a time where, you know, I don't want to manifest or speak of anything being any way that I wouldn't personally want to see, but I just, you know, recognize that sometimes up is down and down is up, or at least that's how, you know, things are portrayed. And I just, you know, I want you to have all the tools in your capacity to just be able to make positive change. And be, you know,
That's for my guys.
just a,
Reload.
I don't know. I want you to be straight. Why do I want you to be straight? Because when I go outside my house, I don't want to have to put your fire out. If your house on fire and you can't put your fire out at your house, if that fire keep on blazing, guess who house that's gonna come to? Mine. And guess who ain't with it? Me. You feel me? So I want to make sure you straight to where when you do have to encounter me, you feel me? If nothing, you could at least just respect me and be like, okay, I'm gonna have to give this man a little bit more space because, you know, he really don't like being disrespected and treated, you know, poorly. He has self-worth. So I'm gonna, you know, treat him as such. Yeah. All right, we moving. But yeah, because when I go out my house, I want to, you know, shoot. If it'd be great to see positive vibration. The wife in the house, she done cooked you some food. You know, you going off to work. You feel me? She doing whatever she doing. That's player. You feel me? Oh, husband in the house. You feel me? She watch the kids and kick back. Wife off. She going to work. I'll flip it up on you. You feel me? Nevertheless, good vibration. You feel me? Good energy is gonna be good, and I could at least look over and be like, okay, my neighbors are good. Like that's a sigh of relief. You know, if like I said, if your house on fire on my left and your house on fire on my right, I'm just in the middle, like, dang, you feel me? And at what point is my house gonna catch fire? Because if y'all's on fire, ain't mine gonna catch on fire too? So I think we actively work with one another to get each other better off. And, you know, I hope it's not a degradation and a regression of our intellect and our minds, but in some ways, I think it is. You know, I don't think that'd be too far-fetched. You know, once upon a time, people cared about, you know, they just cared about different stuff, geometry and numbers and religion or whatever the case. They cared about such different stuff, at least something of some substance. Like, we eat laundry detergent now. All of our foods have genetically modified organisms in them now. It's like, what the heck? I am for real things. I like real things. Real shit is real shit, and it's great. Everyone loves real shit. Everyone. I know it. They love it. They love it. Even people that don't say they love it. They love it. They love it. Why, how couldn't you? The universe sets you up for real things. It sets you up for an apple, for an orange.
Popping smoke.
Pop smoke. Y'all, bro, don't get me. Smoke got him. Haha. Ooh!
They're on me.
That was quick. I like that. I like that. Let's see. Oh, this is good for you. Don't hate, appreciate. I promise it works. Cause you're gonna see somebody and you're gonna be envious at some point. And you're like, dang, bro. Bro's strong. Bro jumping out the gym. This man know that. What the heck? Don't hate, appreciate. Don't hate on them as to why he got there, or how, you know, but figure out how he got there. You know, figure out why. That's why I say know yourself, because then you can put your ego in check. You see how that works? When you put your ego in check and be like, oh man, I'm actually hating on this dude because he make fire music and his beats be jumping. You feel me? And really, I'm just hating, and I should probably be doing what he doing. Really. So I'm gonna either make some change or I'm not. So I'm gonna either be a hater or I'm gonna be really a doer, an action maker. You feel me? A move maker. So, ooh.
Have your back.
30 seconds. Time's up. Move your arm.
Reload.
Ah. Oh yeah. Is there anything I'm missing? Am I missing anything? If I'm missing something, tell me. Put in the comments. Subscribe to it if you would like to. I think you should, because this is just like this is my. I've only made a few videos, and I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna continue doing it and keep me motivated, keep me on it. So you can comment and be like, "Yo, stay up." You feel me? We all can help. Like us. It's overwhelming. It's like love almost. I'm gonna end this stream. It was a pleasure. If you listen, if you watch, thank you. Have a great day.